Hey friends, this is going to be my first official video filming all of it in 2019. I'm going to have one more video from last year that I meant to put up a long time ago that I'm still going to put up from the National Harbor, talking about a planned Disney resort that never happened. You'll hear all about it in that video. So for today, I was at my mom's house, and I've been kind of thinking about what I want to do for this year. This seemed like a cool way to start it off. I found a scrapbook from the first time we ever went to Disney World, and I'm excited to share it with all of you. I'm going to do kind of a storybook type of thing, read through it, and we'll go from there. I'll show you all the pictures and all that good stuff. If you want to see more of it, it'll be up on my Instagram. I'm going to have a little highlight reel of me going through it in the story, but I'm also going to post a few pictures here and there on the normal feed. So Punk House of Mouse over on Instagram. Go check it out. I post pictures all the time, almost every day. I try to do every day. Sometimes I go weeks at a time without posting anything. Of pictures from our trips that we've taken there. There's plenty of myself, my wife, the band. So go check it out if you're interested in that. I have a good time with it. I think that there's some cool pictures. My wife took a bunch of them, and she is amazing. And every Sunday we do a selfie Sunday until we run out of selfies, which should be pretty soon. So we got to make another trip back, which I'm trying to make happen a lot more often. So let's get into this. Didn't make this video for me to sit around and talk to you about my plans. I made this to show you a scrapbook of yesteryear Disney World and Garrett. So this is our Twilight Zone Tower of Terror mug. I don't know if you can see that in there, that we got. I don't think we got this the last time we went. I think we got this on our honeymoon. Last time we got a cool Haunted Mansion mug, which I'll show you sometime. So this is coffee because I need it. It's hot. Sorry it took me so long to get that drink. I just made it. So I've got a few other things I'm going to show you throughout this video, but I digress. I've rambled on enough. Let's get into the book at 3 minutes into the video. So this is actually from a bag, souvenir bag, but it says Walt Disney World, where the magic lives, and these are some stickers that my mom bought to make this. Best place in the world. I'm all ears. Can't really see it, but there's a Mickey ear right up there in the front. Also, this is super dusty and torn up. This is old. So yeah, here you go. Here is our first page. Has maps, which is kind of crazy. Just to look at what was here. Fantasyland, the newest thing at the time. This is true when we went. Knocked over some soap. Mickey's PhilharMagic had opened that year. Brand new. Was amazing. Still amazing. Although they could touch it up a bit. There's some things. The smells aren't quite the same. But I loved it. We were all amazed with it. We did that numerous times. I'm trying to think of anything crazy that... Most of it was the same except for New Fantasyland obviously wasn't there. So if you look in the map, it's a much different looking Fantasyland than what we have now. This is really difficult. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how hard this would be. Yeah. Share a Dream Come True parade and the Spectrum Magic parade happened. I think we only saw the Share a Dream Come True, though, when we went, if I remember correctly. Picture of Tomorrowland. Looks mostly the same, except Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor wasn't there. I think, if I remember correctly, the extraterrestrial ride had already closed down. I don't think that was open when we were there. Yeah, no, it's not listed. So you had Tomorrowland Speedway, Space Mountain, Astro Orbiter, and Space Ranger Spin were the highlighted attractions. Of course, you had the People Mover. We rode it then. I loved it then. Carousel of Progress, all of those classics. MGM Studio is pretty cool to look at because if you look at this map, I'm going to hold it up there, you have the backstage tour or the backlot tour. You see the flames there up in the far corner from that. You've got the Sorcerer Mickey hat. You've got the water tower. I mean, this is pretty classic stuff here. Kind of crazy to look at, think about in terms of everything. I'm trying to see anything else that might be crazy, different, not right offhand. Obviously, back then you had it. I'm sure it says it on here, but you had the Great Movie Ride. Obviously, the most recent departure. MGM Studios backlot tour was says survive Catastrophe Canyon and visit the American Film Institute showcase, which I remember and I loved it. And when I realized that went away, and the little gift shop was the coolest, that for whatever reason, I don't know if it was even that cool, but the gift shop was one of the coolest things in my memories. And then when I went back with Allie, I was kind of bummed that I realized that had gone the way of the buffalo with Catastrophe Canyon and the backlot tour. But if there's anything similar to it in the studios, I haven't found it, but if you know of something, let me know, because I would love to go check that out and kind of see if it's as cool as I remember. But I don't think there is anything quite like that. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Play It was still there. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Movie Set Adventure. I do remember that. That was cool. I also believe Honey, We Shrunk the Audience still existed then, or whatever it was. It did, because we were in the theaters, and when the rats run under your seat, the lady behind my sister jumped up and kicked my sister in the back of the head. And so I remember that quite vividly. I also remember I'm sorry, my table is shaking a lot, and so the tripod is making it shake. I also remember Pizza Planet was amazing. I thought the pizza was amazing. We went to Pizza Rizzo, my wife and I, on our honeymoon, and it was not amazing. But they gave us fast passes to go see Muppet Vision. So that was cool. But Pizza Rizzo wasn't good. So I don't know if Pizza Planet wasn't good. I've heard some people say Pizza Planet wasn't good. Maybe I was just a kid and thought pizza was amazing and was happy to be at Disney World, happy to be at Pizza Planet from one of my favorite movies. So I don't know. But I remember it being awesome. And then Sounds Dangerous starring Drew Carey. I don't think we went and saw that. I don't remember it, so I'm fairly certain we didn't. We also didn't go to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I think my parents were like, we don't need that mess. Not going to worry about it. And then Disney Stars and Motorcars Parade was happening. We didn't see that, but there's a picture of fireworks. So we went and saw fireworks there. Now, the next page is just, sorry, this is a big book, and it's real weird. Real weird. So these are our airline tickets, pictures of us in the airport, and our luggage tag, which I get this from my mom. I am a pack rat, but we have our luggage tags. I have them. I'm not going to put my wife's name on that. I have them, but I think it's cool because they are for Magical Express. So they go straight to, we don't pick them up at the airport. So pro tip, if you go to Disney World and you didn't know this already, if you are doing Magical Express, if you're staying in a resort at Disney World, you can have your luggage shipped, picked up from the airport and taken straight to your resort and to your room. So they'll put it in your room once it gets there. You don't have to worry about it once you get off the plane, which is amazing. Every time we go, we do Magical Express because we don't need a car. We don't really plan on leaving. This next time, we might go to Universal Studios when we go with my whole family. If we do, we're probably just going to Uber or something. But we just take the Magical Express because we don't really plan on leaving Disney property. And we got the buses to take us from our resort to anywhere we want. When we want to resort hop, we will get on either the monorail and do the monorail loop, or we'll go to Disney Springs. We'll hop on buses to go to resorts, and we'll go check them out that way. But we don't need vehicles. So I digress. Magical Express is amazing. It takes you straight from MCO to your resort. You get to your resort and you check in. You can do online check-in if you don't want to deal with the counter, although I recommend dealing with the counter because our honeymoon, we got 4 fast passes for every park, and that were anytime, any ride, walk up, scan your magic band, and you're good to go. Didn't have to reserve them, which was amazing. And we've gotten perks every time we've gone. Right now, or at least the last time we went, they offered, if we didn't want full room service for them to come in and clean up our room and all that stuff, they would give us a gift card for X amount of money. I assume the longer you stay, the higher that cost is. We only stayed for 2 nights, and so I think it was like $12, which was still awesome. It was $12 we could spend on something. That was, a drink at Trader Sam's or a souvenir, small souvenir, something or other, pin. So it's worth it to go and check in. I always recommend it. I think we'll do that with my family when we go, even though we'll have a larger group. You kind of win when you get that magic by interacting with cast members. So I recommend it, but I recommend doing Magical Express. I recommend checking in at the counter. I also recommend they mail you your luggage tag. You put it on your luggage, you give it to them at the airport, and then you know what? You get there and you can go straight into a park. You can go to Disney Springs. You can go resort hop. I recommend on your travel day, resort hop or Disney Springs. Don't go into a park unless you're getting there before park open, before rope drop, and you can spend your whole day in the park. Don't do it unless you have the money and you want to throw your tickets at it. That's fine. I recommend taking a day, have a travel day, do some fun stuff that's free, that's not in the park. You get to see cool stuff. The resorts are amazing. If you go, my personal favorite is Polynesian Village Resort. Go to Trader Sam's, go get a Dole Whip, go eat at Kona or Ohana or something. Do something fun. Animal Kingdom Lodge is amazing. Both houses are fantastic. Wilderness Lodge is amazing as well. I love them all. Go do something fun in your time off. This is not what I intended this video to be, but I'm going to give you guys some tips because why not? That was also a really cool face. But I digress. So I keep our luggage tags because they have the resort we're staying in, and I don't know. I'm a pack rat. More on that in a minute. I promise I'm going to talk about me being a pack rat a couple times in this video. So, yeah, there's our plane. There's my family sitting in the airport. All terrible pictures taken from a disposable camera. So, fantastic. My mom made a little Mickey Mouse. You saw that out of blue paper, and it says, "A trip to remember." And it was, because I was obsessed before because my friends all went as kids. 2 of my best friends went almost every year, or they did Disney on Ice, and I looked at their books, I looked at maps, I looked at everything because I was obsessed and I wanted to go, and I didn't get to go until the summer after my 6th grade year, and I loved it so much, and I've been obsessed ever since, and luckily I've gone with the band, I've gone with my wife, she's obsessed now, and next month we have our baby, Kyber comes, and we're so excited, and for sure 2020, that January, we're going. And it will be Kyber's first time to go to Disney World, and I can't wait to raise another little Disney nerd. So, I'm excited. Anyways, back to this. I wasn't planning on this video being super long, so I'm going to knock out some of this without rambling. Alright, onward. So, like I said, my mom is a pack rat. These 2 pages will prove it. But we stayed at the Pop Century Resort, and so here's our room keys, and these are our tickets. Actually, this is what got us into the park. These 2 here, Pop Century Resort. This is our parking pass because we rented a car so we could go to the beach. You'll see some of that later. This is the front. If you're familiar with Pop Century, that's the front. It has the decades all written there. And then in 1990, let me see if I can get, there's little old me. because I was born in the 90s. In 1980, there's my sisters, because they were in the 80s. And there's the parking lot with kind of a panoramic view of the resort. There's a big Rubik's Cube, I think, in it, yeah, and a cell phone. So I'm wearing a little helicopter beanie hat that I bought with my own money, because I thought that was the coolest souvenir I could buy there. So here is a little bit of the rooms. There's a glare on that picture. That's a poster that was in there. They've renovated most of these rooms since, so it looks different, but there's our doors, in case you wanted to know what rooms we stayed in. We were in 3138 and 3137 in the 50s. And then here is what the soap used to look like, the soap packaging, and a welcome card, and a napkin from the quick service in the resort. Oops, this needs to be glued better. It's kind of falling apart. It's old. So, this is the resort. It still pretty much looks the same on the outside if you go, but 60s with my mom, because that's when she was born. I don't think we did one with my dad. I don't think he was the most willing participant in this trip. You got your yo-yo, your jukebox. We got our sock hop area. I think that's around the pool. Yeah. And I think they give different kinds of cards, but this was an honorary bus driver card that they gave back then. And I think they still give like trading cards now, I believe. So on any of the transportation, from my understanding, monorail, train, bus driver, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can get a trading card with that mode of transportation on it and all of that. I haven't tried it yet. I planned on it on our next trip. It's something I want to do. So I'll have better in-depth detail on that next trip. But yeah, honorary bus driver. Here is downtown Disney. Now, unfortunately, we went after Pleasure Island. Not that I really would have done much there, but Pleasure Island was not open at this time. It had already closed, I believe. I could be totally wrong. But here's our downtown Disney page. There's a picture of me with Buzz Lightyear, and then my sister's Buzz Lightyear, Mr. Potato Head. There's downtown Disney map, picture of the sign, House of Blues, and a menu to somewhere. I'm not honestly sure where, but it just has like chicken breast sandwich, macaroni and cheese, hot dog, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I think this is the kids menu. Yeah, buried, as in berries, treasure smoothie, and a worms and dirt sundae. So, yeah, not great. The options there are so much better now. Downtown Disney is now Disney Springs. For those of you that don't know, at Walt Disney World is still downtown Disney at Disneyland, but Disney World is Disney Springs, and it's so much better, so much cooler. It's themed. There's a whole backstory about Disney Springs and the town and all of that. So it's super cool. If you haven't been in a while, you need to go at least do Disney Springs. It's free parking, free to walk around. Great restaurants, great bars. Jock Lindsay's is my favorite because I love Indiana Jones. So Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar is great. Einstein was really cool. I went there with my wife. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see some pictures. Yeah, anyways, back to this. So this isn't a forever video. So here we are, Magic Kingdom. Here's our picture from Magic Kingdom. Let me show the whole page. 2 pages, I guess. So you've got train station, Cinderella Castle, the Mickey flower thing out in front. There's us recreating partners, and unfortunately I was just the spectator who is not actually in the partners statue. That's what you get for being the youngest. Here is a Dalmatians TV thing, which I believe is now at All-Star Movies. It may be a totally separate one that's at All-Star Movies, but I have a picture. I think I already posted it on Instagram of me in that. And then here's time guides for May 30th to June 5th, 2004. So 2004 is when this is from. I couldn't remember I guess I could have done some simple math and figured that out, but I'm lazy. So, the summer of 2004 was when we went. I don't feel like it was terribly crowded when we went, so that's cool. Here's the other page. We've got PhilharMagic because we went to that all the time. We sang "You've Got a Friend in Me" before the parade and got this big piece of paper back here with Tinkerbell on it. This was a fast pass that we earned for singing "You've Got a Friend in Me" with the cast member in front of the parade. I'm trying to see the camera so I know that you can see that. My sister, Snow White, that's us singing again. It's us in the stocks, us on some chairs over in the Liberty Square area, and then that's, I guess, the stage show. I don't remember seeing the stage show, if I'm being completely honest. But it's definitely the stage show. So there you have it, folks. I remember most of this trip, but I guess there are things that escape my memory, weren't terribly memorable. But one of the things I do remember is that first morning we woke up, we went to Cinderella's Royal Table, which is in Cinderella Castle. They do a character breakfast with the princesses, and we got a big plate full of like kolaches and donuts and pastries, really. So I think that's all we got. I think we just shared that. My parents got, it was their anniversary, so they got these really cool Cinderella Royal Table wine flutes, and one of them broke in the luggage on the plane ride home. One made it fine. Have no idea where those are. If I can find them, there's a lot of stuff. There's like old soaps at my mom's house. There's the flute. If I can find all of it, I'll do a video where I show you a bunch of stupid stuff that I've saved from my trips that my mom has saved. And we'll go through all of it and show you that we're pack rats. So these are pictures of us with the princesses. You have Aurora, Mary Poppins, Belle, Snow White, and Cinderella. Mary Poppins isn't really a princess, but I'll take it. Here is a page, I think pretty much full of me and my pictures. Yep. Oh, there's some of my sisters. But Country Bears. I love Country Bears still to this day. So I got them. Have the genie, have me riding in Mickey's car when Toontown was still a thing. It's Minnie's house. And the Dapper Dan's Barbershop Quartet, which we had just done my sister's senior year of high school. We had done The Music Man. I was Winthrop in that. And then my middle sister and I had done Music Man Jr., I think right before this. And so they were singing some of the Barbershop Quartet songs from The Music Man. And my mom really felt like we needed a picture with them. So we got it. Share a Dream Come True parade was the parade that was going on then. The sticker pack that my mom found is pretty cool. It has a Main Street. But if you don't remember this, it was a lot about art. Characters in these snow globe type of things with some film strips around it. This guy is supposed to be Walt Disney drawing Mickey, if I'm not mistaken. There's a cool park map behind it. You got Mad Hatter and Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You got Cinderella and her prince. And yeah, parade time sticker. This was a cool set. So yeah. This other page is Epcot. And we were there during Flower and Garden. And let's see, what are these pictures? Yes, you have the Epcot when it had the wand and the Epcot. I forgot what celebration that was. If you remember, hit me in the comments and remind me. But that was over Spaceship Earth. Oh, there's another picture of it there. Let me see if I can get it close. And that's us in front of Spaceship Earth. And another one of us in front of Spaceship Earth. My hair was crazy. I had a perm. There's Lady and the Tramp. There's Sorcerer Mickey's hand. Time guide, Flower and Garden guide. This came from a little passport thing that I still have somewhere at my mom's house. That you could do back then. It was kind of like the Phineas and Ferb challenge, or I think Kim Possible was going on at that time as well. We just didn't do it. I'm almost positive the Kim Possible one was happening at Epcot. We just didn't do it, I think, because we didn't really know too much of what was going on. So I got this passport thing. I have that. I didn't really do it anyways, but I have all the stuff that came with it. It's somewhere at my mom's. So like I said, one day I'm going to go over there and clean everything and find all of the Disney stuff and bring it and do a big video of random crap that we have. So I could show you one thing I got from Epcot. I won't in this video, but one day maybe. There's the tag from it, though, is in the scrapbook, because that's just how my mom scrapbooks. So here we are. This is a mixture of pavilions, really. There's Japan and China, and I think this is another ticket. Yeah, this is a ticket to get in. These are from socks that I bought in Japan. I still wear them. They were too big for me then. Now they're a little too small, but I stretch them out and wear them anyways because they're pretty sweet. And Italy, here we go. Here's some me rocking in Morocco. And of course, I had to get a troll because I loved Maelstrom. I think this is also Norway. When they had the ship in Norway. Oh, you can't see that. So Norway. I believe that ship was in Norway. I think that's where the meet and greet with Elsa and Anna is now. I loved Norway back then. I still love it. I love the Frozen Ever After ride. I saw Frozen so many times in theaters, it's not even crazy. No, it is crazy. But, you know, Maelstrom was one of my favorites. My sister, currently, she hasn't been back, and she complains. She's like, well, I don't want to do a Frozen ride because it's not Maelstrom, blah, blah, blah. I think it's amazing. I think it's fun. It's different. It's not the same as Maelstrom, so I can't say it's just as good or the same or whatever. Similar ride, all that, but you don't have the trolls, and I think that was the fun of it. Anyways, we ate at Restaurant Marrakesh for lunch, and back then my family was not quite as adventurous with food as we are now. Excuse me, I think I just burped on camera, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to edit this out because I'm trying to get through this. My mom loved it. We all hated it. I think I would like it now. But I haven't been to Restaurant Marrakesh since then. So it could just be the quality of food. And then we ate at San Angel Inn, which is probably my favorite place to go and hang out now. I love the Donald Duck, the Three Caballeros ride. I love the margaritas. So yeah, now that I'm drinking and having a good time when I go, I mean, I had a good time then. You don't have to have alcohol to have a good time. But now that I'm drinking, I like going there. I don't remember the food. I'm from Texas. Mexican food is pretty much only good here. Argue with me in the comments. That's fine. Here in Mexico. So yeah. Anyways, before we get into too big of arguments, here's Animal Kingdom. It's my picture with Goofy. That's all I wanted. The whole trip was a picture with Goofy. There's Tree of Life. There's us at the entrance. There's Times Guide. And my mom put just goofing around. Yup. That was a really, there you go. There's my Goofy. Back then there was a Tarzan Rocks show. Here's obviously the top two are Festival of the Lion King. The bottom ones are Tarzan Rocks stage show, which was pretty cool. A lot of aerodynamics, a lot of air stuff, trapeze work, flying. It was a fun show from everything I remember. It was awesome. Festival of the Lion King is obviously still one of the best shows at the parks, but I do love Finding Nemo the musical, so it's probably better than Tarzan was, if we're being real. But Finding Nemo the musical is great. The puppet work is amazing, and Festival of the Lion King is awesome. So Animal Kingdom is probably, now it is a park that I love. I love going there. I love Pandora, walking the trails. We didn't do that when I went with my family, and I will always do it now. If we have time, we're going to walk every trail. We're going to do everything because there's so much to see and so much to do, and it's different every time because the animals are all going to be working, all going to be on different time schedules, doing different things. And I know the park does as much as they can to have them active all day, but you can't, without hurting them, you can't force animals to do anything. So it's as natural as they're gonna get it, I guess. But I still love Animal Kingdom. I think it's great. We still haven't done Rivers of Light. We've been there while it's active. We just haven't had the time to do it on top of everything else we're doing. So actually, when we went for the honeymoon, it wasn't showing yet. And then every other time we've gone, we just haven't had the time for that. Or we've been trying to knock out Pandora at night because it looks amazing. If I have one recommendation about Animal Kingdom, you have to ride Expedition Everest. Okay, 2. And then both rides in Pandora are amazing for their own reasons. But Pandora in the daylight and then at night. 2 different experiences, 2 breathtaking experiences. You have to do both. So if you're going, don't settle for, at least walk through Pandora at night. Walk back that way when you're finishing the park. It's an all-day park now. Stay at Animal Kingdom from open to close. Don't leave unless you really feel like you have to. And also, don't eat at Rainforest Cafe. There's so many great restaurants. There's Yak and Yeti, owned by the same people, but infinitely better and about the same price. So don't eat at Rainforest Cafe. You can do that almost. I say that because we have one here in the Metroplex. So I can do that when I come home. If you don't have one near you, okay, do Rainforest Cafe once. But do it in Disney Springs. Don't do it at Animal Kingdom. There's better restaurants there. And really, in Disney Springs, the coolest thing about Rainforest Cafe, maybe the lava bar, but really it's when they shoot fire out of the top of the volcano. That's the only reason I'm glad it still exists. So I digress. Onward into this because this is turning into a 30-minute ordeal. I'm going to go through these 2 pages quick. We had a beach day. There you go. We went to Clearwater Beach. And luckily, that was like the latter half of our Animal Kingdom day because back then Animal Kingdom wasn't a full day park. And so we went, but luckily we missed a huge downpour in Orlando and had a beautiful day at the beach. So I think I'm almost done. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope my tips have been great. If you hated it, tell me and I'll never do a video like this again. So this was MGM Studios. You got your Sorcerer Mickey hat that is no longer there. You've got the Earful Tower that is no longer there. Right here, the water tower with Mickey ears on it. Oops, sorry. And back here, Sorcerer Mickey hat. Both of those are no longer there. You won't see them ever again in the park, although a boy can dream, but you won't. There's the guitar for Aerosmith's Rock and Roller Coaster. There's a lot of rumors that that's going away. I pray it's not. I love the ride. As much as I think a Monsters, Inc. ride would be cool or anything like that, I think that this ride needs to stay. It's amazing. It's one of my favorites. It's the fastest, probably most thrill-seeking ride in the park. There is Catastrophe Canyon on the Studio Backlot Tour. If you don't know what that is, used to you would go on it and then they would have this whole spiel and then all of a sudden water would start bursting, the truck would explode. It was awesome. It was about special effects and how they did stuff like that. And it was probably the coolest part of the tour, but one of the most memorable things about the parks was that, and unfortunately it's gone. And amazing stuff is moving in place. I haven't done Toy Story Land yet. I've heard it's great. Galaxy's Edge is kind of my dream, and I can't wait for that to open. So I get it, but I am still sad. And we have Pizza Planet. That's us eating there. You can see the little green men up there. Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular is still one of my favorite shows. I hope that that doesn't go away. I hope that a mini Indiana Jones Land, which has been rumored, that can come in and blow my mind, and I'm okay with that. But anything else, don't take away the show, please. There's me on a speeder bike, which you can still take pictures with outside of, which we didn't do Star Wars weekends, so I don't know why that's on there. But I guess just because we were here by Star Tours doing that, and so my mom cut it out, put it there. And then the Beauty and the Beast stage show, which we all loved. Last time Allie and I did it was a little bit disappointing, lackluster. This says future attraction site coming in 2005, and I don't know what that would. I'd have to look at a map now and see what that is. Because as far as I know, everything was open. Tower of Terror was open. That's not even the Tower of Terror side of the park. I don't know. I'll have to look into that and get back to you on it. But, oh, there's a little Tower of Terror glued in here. And to end it, this is us in the airport. Also, I'm leaning on it here, but I bought a, cane in the China Pavilion when we went for whatever reason. I thought it was cool. I was in karate back then, so maybe I just thought that would be cool. Here's us on the way to or from the park. And then here is Animal Kingdom map from 2004 and an Epcot map from 2004. And the back. And that's that. So now that we've reached almost an hour of me going through the scrapbook, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for sticking through it with me. I promise most of my videos won't be this long. The next one I'm going to be doing is talking about 2019 and what to expect movie-wise from Disney. And I'll also be doing one about 2019 in the parks. So please continue to watch. They won't all be this long. I promise most of them are going to be around 5 minutes. Unless I'm going to a Disney park or Six Flags. I'm going to start doing Six Flags videos. So I've got a lot planned. Stick around. If you like what you see, like, share, subscribe, all that blah, blah, blah stuff. Thank you guys for watching and stepping into a piece of my past. Yeah. Thank you. See you real soon.